there is a lot of innovation in those naming ceremony that people accustom themselves of doing, because children were born during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Babies was born, right? Right? Huh? Who was the first baby that was born in Medina? The first baby that was born in Medina. Excuse me. Huh? No, it's like I heard the name, somebody whisper the name. Huh? Ahsanta. Was it Zubair or Abdullah ibn Zubair? Ahsanta. Because, you know, the Yahud, right? When the Prophet ﷺ and the companion, they came to Medina, they were telling them no baby will be born in here. So they were threatening them of not for the woman not to be fertile, meaning they will not be having no baby. And Allahu Akbar, when Abdullah ibn Zubair, who was the grandson of Abu Bakr, Barakallahu Fiqh, who was the grandson of Abu Bakr, and Abu Bakr held him, running around the streets of Medina, showing them you are liars. But ala kullin, what was the point we were making? Okay, so there was a lot of baby that was born. How did they go by doing it? How did the companion go by doing it? This is very important. This is very important for us now. When we have a baby, how do we go by doing it? Do we take the baby to the masjid? Do we give him to the imam? All of those are things that, barakallah fi, unfortunately, it is customary. Do we gotta call the imam to come to the house and shave the baby head and all of this? Barakallah fikum. There are certain things, and as Shaykh Uthaymin rahimahullah discussed in Riyadus Salihin beautifully he discussed this about this, which is the affairs of the naming ceremony. For instance, is it for every baby that is born that we take him to the imam? Or is that something that is specific, khas, for the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, for his saliva to be in the mouth of the baby first? Without a doubt, this was specific for the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So it is not as, you know, people do when they have a baby, they wanna hire, what's his name again? Bisek, right? They want to hire Bisek. He will come and, you know, they will pay him about maybe $500 for about an hour of nonsense, right? So all of this, barakallah fikum, it is not from the legislation. If we were to go back and look at, if a person has a baby, what is it to be done? You will realize most of those things is not permissible. And the other thing that is more obvious is a woman, alhamdulillah, showing her beauty to other men. This is no brainer. It's not permissible, right? It's no brainer the woman be, you know, putting a dress at 2 o'clock, so, you know, everybody will see her, male and female, everybody gather together, right? 5 o'clock she will put another dress, male and female, everybody. This is without a doubt. This is without a doubt ikhtilat bayna an-nisa wal rijal. This is something that is not permissible. So you look at it all the way, many things that we be doing, it is not permissible. Many things that we be doing. And alhamdulillah, who is to be changing those things? Who is to be changing those things? Except us, walhamdulillah. Because babul ilm, qabla al-qawli wal-amal, after the knowledge reaches, it's us that got to change those matters. You get a baby, you don't got to call nobody. You don't got to call nobody. You don't got to bring your baby in the masjid and stuff like this. All of those are customary actions that people now, they bring it to the religion.
Just to clarify for those who may not understand, when you said the saliva of the Prophet when he would eat the date.
Yes. When he will the tahqiq, when he will eat the date, moisture it, and then put it in the mouth of the baby, on the upper palate of the baby mouth. Ala kullin. So when we talk about riya, showing off, it is in regard to the actions of the religion. Right? It is in regard to the acts of the religion. The second matter that here the Shaykh Hafidhahullah mentioned here, and he say here Hafidhahullah, وَكَذَلِكَ مِنَ الشِّرْكِ الْخَفِيِّ, likewise from the hidden shirk. And you read al-insan, بِعَمَلِهِ الدُّنْيَا, is that the person, he is by his work, by his actions of the hereafter, meaning the religious actions, he is desiring this worldly life. بِعَمَلِهِ, right? And by his actions, yuridu al-insan bi'amalihi ad-dunya. He is wishing for this dunya by way of his actions of the hereafter. Meaning, he is doing some act of worship, but what is his intent is this life, this dunya. Right? Because the salah, without a doubt, it is from the actions of the akhirah, right? So the acts of worship, it is the actions of the hereafter. So he is doing now the action of the hereafter, but yuridu ad-dunya, he is desiring this worldly gain. As Allah Jalla Ala mentioned, man kana yuridu al-hayat ad-dunya, and whomsoever wish or desire for this worldly life, wazinataha, and its adornment. He say, nuwaffi ilayhim, and we will give them, meaning a'malahum, we will pay them in full wages their actions. وَهُمْ فِيهَا لَا يُبْخَسُونَ, and they will not be shortened. They will be paid in full in this life. They will not be shortened. أُولَٰئِكَ, and these are the person, الَّذِينَ them, لَيْسَ لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ إِلَّا النَّارِ, these are the people that will not have nothing يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ except the hellfire. Now, if you want to do your actions and you are seeking this worldly life, know that you don't have nothing with Allah yawm al-qiyamah. Now, whether you are imam of the masjid, or you are a teacher of you teaching the Quran, or whatever the person does, he is the muaddin, he is calling the adhan. So just because he's getting paid, or he is the imam giving the khutbah just because he's getting paid, or he is teaching the class just because he is getting paid, this action, barakallah fikum, is shirkul khafi. Because he is using an action of the hereafter, an action of the religion, and he trying to gain from the worldly life. فَالَّذِي يَأْتِي, so the person that comes with act of worship, yuridu biha tam'a dunya, and he is wishing or he is desiring for this, for this crumbs of this worldly life. كَالَّذِي يَطْلُبُ الْعِلْمَ, like the person that is seeking the knowledge الشرعي, the knowledge, the legislative knowledge, لِأَجْلِ الدُّنْيَا. That's the person, he want to go to Medina University, but he is doing it for the simple fact that he want to have the worldly gain. He's not going to study because he want to be knowledgeable, raising the ignorance of himself and of those who are under his responsibility, and those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and a desire for them guidance. He's not doing that for the reason, but rather he's going to seek knowledge of the religion so he can have from the worldly gain. Let me go study, so when I come back, I'm going to have a good position at the masjid, so I can get paid, so I can cash out. This is his reason why he want to go study. Now, yes. Ahsan Allah ilayk.
How about those who build the masjid and they want to give the masjid a name? Those people.
They want to give it a name?
The name.
It's not a problem. You can give a name to a masjid.
Your name, you can give your name to the masjid.
You want to give your name to the masjid?
Yeah.
Man, this is oof. This will. Huh?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
In my country, you can say Majid Sisek Khadijatu or Majid Abu Khadija.
But I'm saying, who give it the name? They themselves or the people?
The one building Majid, the people trying to give.
I mean, most of the time, people will refer a masjid to a name, right? Or to a people, something like this. Not that he himself was that one that say, okay, I built the masjid and I'm going to name it Masjid so and so. He give him his name. right? He is not. If he did not do that, and the people attributed the masjid to him, I mean that's another issue. But if he himself now he is saying the masjid is I'm giving the masjid. Let's say he built the masjid. He say Masjid Muhammad Dukure. This is another issue.
But this action is doing for Allah. But people trying to show the community that's in build that masjid.
No, he got nothing to do with it. If he is hating that action, then alhamdulillah, he is rewarded with Allah. But if he start liking it and enjoying it and being happy to be praised, this is shirkul khafi.
We don't look into the hearts of the people.
True.
Just from the actions, let's say individuals, they stay in a town where they had a masjid upon the sunnah, but they split and opened their own masjid, in the same locale, underneath the guise of, we want the sunnah. That's we built this masjid because we want the sunnah. But you can see that clearly this masjid was built based upon a tribe or a culture
right.
that people, certain specific culture was going to. They
right.
all left at the same time. Coincidentally enough, they all left at the same time. That specific culture, in reference to those type of.
Of course, you cannot build a masjid for any other reason, but for Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And what he say is the truth. That and then, akhi, one thing is this. Sooner or later, the truth will prevail. Sooner or later, the truth will prevail. And this is why for the person that is upon the sunnah to be patient. To be patient. And not seek to please the people. What was the statement of Imam Ahmed? Taraktu hatta an bilhaq. That I abandoned seeking the pleasure of the people until I was able to speak the truth. So sooner or later, this is why for the person of the sunnah, no matter how small you are, be patient upon that. Wallahi wa Rabbul Kaaba. You had individual running around saying things, saying this and the third. You ask me their name, I'll mention it. These are the same individuals that came humble themselves. Wallahi, humble themselves. Same individual came, humble themselves and say, Akhi, barakallah, al-haq yuqal, the truth is to be said. If anybody is being patient upon the sunnah in this area, it is Masjid Ibn Abbas. Ask me their name and I'll give it to you. The truth will prevail, man. And this is why the people of the sunnah, they got to be patient. Be patient. People will say what they want to say. You are crazy, you are this, you are that. Alhamdulillah, let it be. They say the dogs, they don't bark at parked cars. They only bark at cars that are moving. The same people that talk about you or shit that you or this. Why? Because they were in the pockets of the Hizbis. Now the whole ball changed. They see the reality. Alhamdulillah. This is the reality that the people of the sunnah, they be patient, akhi. Wallahi, be patient. They will say whatever they want to say. They will accuse you. They will attack you in any form or shape. But one thing they will not find, they will not point out no aqidah issue or no manhaj issue in you. Be patient, O person of the sunnah. Be patient. Alayka bis sabr. Be patient, man. The same individual that used to be, I'm the man. What'd you say? Yeah, bis sabr. But bis sabr doesn't mean lame, akhi. Bis sabr is to speak the truth.